A triangle floating in the infinite, the untextured polygon. Observe its perfect beauty. When connected with other like triangles, shapes take on volume and three-dimensional worlds come to life. In arcades, the Polygon first appeared in the mid-80s with Atari's I, Robot, an outer space shooter which no doubt was highly influential towards the later development of the Star Fox franchise. While the untextured Polygon found great success in the world of science fiction and fighting, there is another video game genre which I would argue is the greatest showcase for this graphical geometry: untextured polygonal racers. Alright, our adventure begins in the arcade with 1989's Atari game Hard Drivin, okay? Now this was developed in the late 80s. At the time, Namco actually owned Atari, and they're trying to develop real, true 3D racer using Polygon technology. But before they could finish the project, they split up, okay? They each went their own way, and the result of that was Atari released Hard Drivin, and Namco actually released a game called Winning Run in the arcade. But this is Hard Drivin. As you can see, the graphics are holding up pretty nicely. I mean, this was the first time arcade players were able to see a true 3D racing environment. So the whole deal with this game, as you can see, is it's a simulator. So you've got gears, you've got realistic physics and shocks, supposedly. I mean, this thing was designed in conjunction with a racing test car driver. Now, immediately when you start, you have to use the key to start your engine. You see you have all your different dials here. It's really presented as being a realistic experience. Now look at this. I can right away choose. Do I go to the speed track or the stunt track? Now I'm going to go to the speed track first. One important thing to note here is this is not how most players came upon this game when it was released. You know, it came in a cockpit, a sit-down cockpit with a steering wheel and haptic feedback and everything. It's a little more immersive than it is here on the stand-up cabinet, but we get the idea. The main difficulty with this game is just the driving sensitivity. Because it was trying to emulate real driving and not so much arcade racing, it's just touchy. It's easy to crash, it's easy to spin out, okay? But the main thing is here you go. See, things are going haywire here, but look how impressive as I spun out there, the way the bridge rotated in 3D, these big lush polygons. So that was the main thing. It kind of turned me off. I remember as a kid trying this game in the arcade, it was just too touchy. You'd crash real quick and stuff like that. But I actually enjoy it a little bit more now. I enjoy the challenge of it. Look at that train. That unbelievable train. So we're out of gas. We slowly come to a stop, and it's going to show us how far we made it around the track. If you make it all the way, you get to face the Phantom Photon. Okay, this is the pro driver on the course. As you can see, you can also take the stunt track, which maybe we'll try real quick. Let's see how far we can make it on the stunt track. Look at these cars though ahead of me. Just the scale of them with the polygons. And it's just amazing how nice the polygons kind of hold up over time. How clean everything looks. Uh-oh, this is gonna be tough. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Can we make it around the barn? I guess we can. Just to be able to go off-road that far. Oh no! The floor dropped out from under us. Trying to regain control, steering with a joystick right now instead of a steering wheel, so that's not ideal. I think that's a pixel image in the distance of the mountains. Here we go, we got a big jump. At least we'll be able to experience some air. Hoa! Oh, that's a hard landing. And look at this. Oh, they show a 3D rendered replay in a sort of cinematic camera mode. Look at this big giant dump truck. Just the scale of things you get with these polygons. The world looks so cool. Oh, this loop. Will we hit the loop? Will we hit the loop before we run out of time? We might get to do the loop. Yes. This is what sold the game. This is what sold the game. Oh, please maintain. Oh, we made it through the loop. And one last jump. Yes! Checkpoint, please. Can we make it to the checkpoint? Oh, tough landing. Hard landing, hard driving. One of the first examples of a Polygon racer. A really fun game. It's a fun first beginning, the genesis. The earliest example of a 3D Polygon race driver was found in the arcade. And it continued in the arcade just a couple years later. Sitting down in the cockpit cabinet of Virtua Racing brought a rush of excitement as a whole new world opened before the player. This bright and vast landscape breezes past with a smoothness unlike anything felt before. The scale of the terrain can be felt, and passing under and through bridges and tunnels and immerses you in the space. Polygonal sparks and blades of grass burst into the jet stream wake of hot air left behind from your screaming Formula One as it rattles and drifts between twisting canyons, sun-splashed beaches, and looming wood. You can crash and spin out much like hard driving, but the recovery is quicker, allowing for a near constant forward motion and thrilling gameplay. This monumental classic has been re-released on Nintendo Switch, running on expansive 16:9 at 60 frames per second. The desire to bring home the thrill of racing in a three-dimensional world was made a reality in 1994 with the arrival of Stunt Race FX for the Super Nintendo. The same developers of this debuted with the colossal and game-changing smash hit Star Fox for the Super Nintendo. The graphical showpiece powered by the Super FX chip, a first-ever cartridge-based tech upgrade which allowed glorious polygons to be displayed on the already capable 16-bit machine. The sophomore effort of Stunt Race FX was an effervescent and comical racer featuring cars with cartoon-like personalities, and forgiving and stretchy physics which leaned into the trippy frame rate. Fun with a high replay value led to endless hours of at-home antics in this polygonal playground. Virtua Racing, Sega Genesis. During the 16-bit console wars, Nintendo may have been the one to develop and first deploy advanced weaponry in the Polygon-capable Super FX chip, but Sega lobbed the grenade right back at them with the development of the Sega Virtual Processor and their Sega Genesis port of the arcade wonder Virtua Racing. It plays fast and is a wonderland of fun to revisit even today. Feeling the rush of a smooth and faster frame rate than Stunt Racer FX, this game no doubt impressed the home crowd and did even more when it was released as a masterpiece on the 32X. Hotshot Racing, PC. This game is the definition of fast and furious and features a huge selection of tracks and variety. Speed and drifting are required to the max as the races unfurl with furiously competitive jostling. The vibrant, colorful world is packed to the gills with detailed activity and signs of life, as well as towering landmarks punctuating the geography along the way. Drifting is the centerpiece to gameplay and feels the best with a smooth rush, gliding on sinuous, twisting roads and across the bright polygonal terrain. Super Polygon Grand Prix, PC. Looking to the future, we find modern classics in the making, such as Super Polygon Grand Prix, which is currently in early access. Offering far more than a tip of the cap to Virtua Racing, this could easily be a true sequel to the Formula One forefather. The scale in this world feels gargantuan as looming clouds soar like zeppelins over the giant landmarks and towering set pieces the player races past, leaving a bulbous and fluffy contrail whipping in their wake. The racer's perspective appears hypnotic in an ultra-wide angle view that gives a fisheye effect, enhancing the insane sense of speed. The clean and colorful large polygons impress, and it feels so good to support an in-the-works project like this. Let's go! Untextured, nude polygons rose up in the late 80s to form three-dimensional worlds and objects like we had never seen. The tech instantly gives its material a unique and memorable look, giving games a clean, colorful, and volumetric quality. This has been a very small sampling of some of the best in polygonal racers. Please do seek out these sharp-edged shapes wherever you may track them down.